Bluff City Media presents the No Bluffing Podcast. Stepping up to the microphone are your hosts, Christian Ingram and Evan Hayes. Now, let's get to the show.
Grizz Nation, what's going on? Hey, we late, but we here. We here. Hey, I am Chris Ingram.
And I am Evan Hayes.
And this is the No Bluffing Podcast, where we keep it all the way real, all the way raw, all the way honest about everything Grizzlies. And we got a good one for y'all today. Y'all already know why. Man, when I tell you Friday, my phone was literally booming, bro.
On literal fire.
Literally fire, bro. And we wanted to jump on, just couldn't make it work. And was like, you know what, can't make it on Friday on the day of, might as well wait till the day. So we got a good one for y'all. Y'all already know what we chopping it up about. It ain't too much to chop it up about because it's the end of the season, man. So definitely got a good episode coming up for y'all for sure. But before we do anything, Evan, my guy, give me some good news. What's going on in your stratosphere of the world, Alabama A&M? What you got going on, my boy?
Well, as a graduate student, also a track athlete, and I ran my first meet. Y'all see what this shirt says, Alabama A&M Track and Field. I'm officially a Division I athlete. Ran my first collegiate track meet as a Division I athlete yesterday at University of Alabama at Birmingham, UAB. Definitely a different experience. Definitely felt good to being back on the track. I did the math yesterday. I didn't do the math. I looked it up. It was 345 days for my last track meet. That's a long ass time. That's a long ass time.
For sure.
Just from last season, different school, to graduating last fall, to coming here in January, to not running indoor, training by myself all last month. It's just been a lot of different emotions over the past few days. I ran a pretty decent race. I only ran 100, ran a pretty decent race, but, I just had to give myself a little bit of grace. I didn't remember what I wanted, but, it's like the doctors say, a person can be back ready, but it takes them a lot to get in game shape or race shape. Mm-hmm. So I haven't been it's been over 11 months since I raced. Like, it takes a minute to get me sharp again. So, but it was a good experience. Though my grandmother was there to see me. That was my first time. My mom seen me run in 2 years. That's my first time. My grandmother, hell yeah, son, you know that. First time my grandma seen me run since I've been in college. I'm a junior now. She hasn't seen me run at all since high school. So it was good having those two there to support me. Saw a lot of my friends from other schools. So it was a cool experience, I was hard on myself at first, but, just the fact that I was there and competing at a high level, like, that felt good again, just be around a team again. So, it was a good experience yesterday, man. Felt good to knock that race rust off. Now I'm just ready to get
like Unc out there, bro. You like
for real. Yeah, because it was like, dang, I put the uniform back on. Like, it's different. You can be working out all day, but it don't relate to putting the jersey on, putting your spikes on for the meet, talking to the officials, like checking in, all that type of stuff. Like the whole
stretching.
Yeah, stretching, warming up, cooling down, like seeing no. Like seeing your competition, y'all like side-eyeing each other the whole time during the warm-up, like trying not to make too much eye contact, acting like, I'm here. You finna see me, like all that type of stuff. Like you can replicate
that track, bro. I was scared too.
You didn't look at nobody and talk.
I was pulling too many hamstrings, bro. I'm gonna talk shit and pull a hammer down. What am I doing? What's like? Yeah.
Nah, bro, it's different when you get to high level. Like, it's just so uneasy. You feel me? Like, the tension is just, and I miss that feeling of just, I know that guy next to me wants to take my head off when this gun go off, and I'm finna do the same thing to him. Like, it's just that energy. It's been a long time since I felt that adrenaline again. So it just felt good to just knock the rust off. It's been a long, like, I didn't really realize how long it's been until I actually got on the track. I was like, dang, it's been damn near a year since I've been in a competitive track meet. Like, that's a long ass time. Like, it's like I was injured. I wasn't even injured for real. It's like coming back from an ACL injury. That's something I can like relate it to, like basketball fans. Like, imagine your favorite basketball player come back from ACL injury, and it's been like a year or more since they played. So that's how I felt. So, ready to get back to training, ready to get back on that horse. Just I got my first one, and now is really trying to get some training up now. Really, get back at it. So it was good first meet. So I feel good, man. How was your week? Because my week was all occupied with that. Just what's up, Rusty? Dr. Buckets in the building. My whole week was dedicated to just get my mind right, mentally, physically, my body feeling right for the meet. So what about you? How was your meet?
Man,
how was your week?
Nothing, spectacular my way. Nothing, really crazy. I don't know why my light keep going off, but it is what it is. Got me in the dark.
Trying to be in the dark after dark hours.
Yeah, not shit, man. Not shit. It's all good. Y'all won't know because y'all wasn't on here live with us, man. We had a bunch of technical difficulties.
Oh my gosh, bro.
So I'm not even surprised that my light don't want to work, but it's all good. But yeah, bro. Nothing too crazy going on this way at all. I've been itching like a crackhead, like to hop on here and chop it up, man. But like I said, it's just been a lot going on. So I'm glad we got it here tonight. Obviously, y'all that's in here on Twitter, X, y'all live with us on Sunday night, but this will be on YouTube tomorrow. So y'all will catch it tomorrow night on YouTube. But anyway, bro, I don't want to waste no more time, bro.
Let's do it, bro.
No more time. Like, what are we waiting for? Like, y'all know why y'all here. I know why I'm here. So, like, we might as well just go on, get into it, like, right now. Like, I've been waiting on this moment. Man, I've been, like, to the point to where y'all already know what's coming. I've been having this picture in my gallery for like 2-3 months. I'm gonna share it with those that don't follow me on Twitter.
Hey, Jinx. Say Taylor.
Hey, Jinx. Get your ass off my team, bro. I'm sick of it, bro.
They not like us. They not.
You not, bro. You out of here. I'm sick of it. I've been waiting on this moment for months, bro. Years, bro. So we gonna chop it up. Let me go ahead and cut this before we mess around and get copyrighted.
K-Dot.
He gonna be like, hey, man, what you got going on?
K-Dot see everything. Kendrick see everything. He'll find us on the corners of the internet and find us. So.
Yeah. Man, he a fan. Yes, sir. He's that for a fact. He's that
crazy
for a
ass.
fact.
I ain't gonna say the word, but crazy ass. I'm gonna say crazy ass white boy. That's what I'm gonna say.
Let's get into it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna set the scene of where I was. I want to hear where you were, what your thoughts are, and everything like that. Let me get the cameras back how they need to be because I don't like that. There we go, bro. So it's Friday. Grizzlies just played Thursday night.
OKC.
Yep. And I got some bad news, bro. Really, my morning started off bad. I want to definitely give a shout out and a rest in peace to a family friend, a mentor, just a guy that's been in my life since I was a kid. Huge Grizzly fan, by the way. That's why it's kind of just surreal how life worked, bro. But definitely was a good friend of my dad and my uncle's. Derek Renfro, I want to shout out him. Lost him literally, bro, after the game Thursday night, apparently, and just a crazy story, bro. And so I'm getting that news Friday, topping it up with my dad. I talked to shout out to Sane in the comments. I had talked to Sane that morning as well. We were chopping it up about some stuff about coaching, matter of fact, bro.
Yeah.
And, got off the phone with Sane, got off the phone with my dad, and when I tell you 5 minutes later, bro, not 5 minutes later, Kenny Stubblefield in our group chat just we was talking about something else. He just like, yo, what the F? And I'm like, damn, is it something I said? I check Twitter and scroll, and I'm like, oh my God, no, bro, this is unbelievable. What is happening? What? So where were you? What was you doing? We're gonna start there, and then we're gonna talk about the rest of it from there, bro. I know you called me, matter of fact. I forgot you called me. So you was the first person I talked to after the news, bro. So what was going through your head, bro?
I was, because as y'all know, it was meet week. So during meet week, I'm kind of like, I'm kind of, condolences. First of all, before I even start, condolences to you though, Chris. Sorry for your loss. Sorry for your dad and your uncle's loss. That's respect. That's number one.
Bro, they was watching the game with him the night before. That's the correct. Like,
so it was like real. So, okay. You ain't got to get into details, but
it's crazy, bro. But yeah.
But like during meet week, anyone that's been an athlete, especially track athletes, like I'm kind of locked in. Like as LeBron said, the 0 dark 30. Like I kind of just turn my blinders on for a lot of stuff. I'm not on my phone a lot. I'm just trying to get my body right. Make sure I'm eating good stuff. Reading my testimonials. Like I'm just doing stuff just to get my mind completely clear. So I was actually on the game, which I never do during the school week. I was actually playing 2K. I was actually rebuilding the Grizzlies. Like coincidentally, I was rebuilding. I was like, I'm gonna do something to make me feel good, get my mind off of it. I'm gonna not touch my phone. I'm gonna rebuild the Grizzlies. Like, to start today function on 2K. I was like, first thing I did was fire staging. It was the day before. So I was like working on my franchise. I just like signed some players, yada, yada, yada. So then my phone just started tripping. And then the BCM podcasters group chat started blowing. I'm like, what's going on? I can't remember. I think it was Kenny. I can't remember who it was. Either Kenny or Rusty. One of them said, "Oh, S word, Jenkins is gone." I said, "Whoa, what's going on?" I was like, "Whoa." I paused the game. I said, "Whoa, time out." I checked Twitter. I said, "Yo." So I called. I said, "Chris," and we had a laugh for like 30 seconds. We were just tripping, just laughing for like 30 seconds.
We couldn't take it. What?
When I say no lie, y'all, we just laughed. Chris, all I said was, "What's going on?" And we just laughed for like 35 seconds straight. Didn't say a word to each other. Nothing. And we just laughed. Because I was like, there is no effing way they just did it the night after a game. They just landed in Memphis, probably like 1 a.m. that day. Mm-hmm. And they brought him in. So I was shook. I started texting my dad and my brother. Because we got a group chat, we just talk about sports. So I was like, yo, I said, hey, what you doing? Because first I called my dad, he was at work, so he didn't answer. Then I called my brother, he was doing, so I was like, yo.
Somebody had to pick up.
I said, yo, Jenkins is gone. And my dad was like, yo, he listened to Jason and John. And I said, yo, pick up the phone. I said, Dad, pick up the phone. So he said, okay, give me like 5. So he gave me like 5 seconds. So he got away from his desk. He called me. He was like, so we just talked about it for like 20 minutes. Man. So I just had to come down because I was so elated and so surprised in like so long. Like I literally ate breakfast, got on the game, and then my phone just stopped blowing. I just started calling everybody I knew. I just everything. I called you. I called my dad. Some of my friends from back home was like, "Yo, did you see what happened?" I was like, "Oh, I called my mom. Called. She said, "Evan, why did they?" I was like, "Mama, I want to talk about. I'll tell you about that later." Because my mama, she's of course she's a Grizzlies fan, but she not like as tapped in, just like the ins and outs of the team as like the normal Grizzlies fan. She was like, what was going on? I was like, Mama, I'll tell you about it later. So just all hell broke loose. It was a very funny Friday morning. That got my day off started very, very well because I was just so amped up and just so jittery about this meet. That kind of relieved some stress from me. So yeah, man, it was crazy. It was definitely a day I would never forget in Grizz fan, especially
the day was off the chain.
Yeah, the day was off the chain, bro. And then the news came out to know that Roach got fired and St. Andrews. I was like, oh, so they getting rid of everybody. I bet they said we cleared the house. I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh, we gonna get into all of that, man. it was you talking about eventful. Like I hate it for the people that, especially y'all that are watching on YouTube that are not on Twitter, on X, like get you a burner. It don't matter. You gotta be around when stuff like this happen because it is the funniest place to be. I know I had a ball. I know a lot of other people had a ball too. Man, what Sang said, it definitely was, like now. Hold up, for like 1% of people, it was not.
It was not. It was like some people were very angry. A lot of people were very
quiet and dying with this dude. I ain't seen people be quiet that ain't said shit. They ain't came out of their hole since then. You got other people that double down on stupid, double down on just Oh God! But then you got some people that's like, you know what? I was wrong. It is what it is. So, yeah, for the 99.9% of the people, it was definitely one of the most fun days in Grizz history, bro, for sure.
The memes were crazy. The memes, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
like the memes was ridiculous, bro. Like Twitter is not a real place, bro. Because the stuff folk was coming up with on just a short notice, bro. Like it was, excuse me, it was ridiculous, bro.
I mean, man, we're gonna get into that day because like it's just been, man. Tea leaves, they've been there. Like tea leaves have been there. Matter of fact, let's jump into it, bro. Like, all right, so we go back to, because to me, this is the discourse that I'm not really, I guess, understanding all the way. I understand to a certain point, but everybody's talking about it's so shocking that this happened. And then you got the other people saying, well, no, it's not shocking that it happened. It's just it's shocking of the timing of it.
Timing, yep.
My one caveat to the timing thing, because we can really break down the whole, like, the shockingness of it. The timing thing does not matter to me at all, bro. And I'm going to tell you why. Oh, we 10 games from the end of the season. The playoffs is almost here. Why would they do that? Y'all do realize, at least in the Memphis media or the Memphis market, y'all do realize that, yes, we had 10 games left, but y'all do realize that Jenkins did not have a finalized roster. Like, he didn't have a finalized game plan. So even if you keep him going into the playoffs, it didn't effing matter, bro. Like, he was still playing 10 to 11 dudes every night. He was trying out new stuff. We were still seeing Conchar. Like,
no, Conchar. No.
Yeah, like, we talked about it last week.
Give me Conchar.
People are saying it's 9-10 games left, bro. That literally means nothing at all because he didn't even know what the hell he was doing.
Nah.
So, like, that doesn't matter. Like, that part that everybody's so shocked at the time, and to me, that really means nothing. I'm more shocked than anything, just the timing from a climate standpoint.
Yeah, for sure.
For the, like that's I'm not worried about that at all, bro. But in regards to just being shocked that it happened, like, so let's go back. Jenkins gets his whole staff fired last summer.
Yep.
That should have been the end all be all telltale sign for everybody right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like his shout out to Rip Jitty, baby. My favorite troll in Grizz Twitter.
You funny, bro. I was gonna curse. I miss with your Twitter heavy, bro. You a funny ass dude, bro. You double down. I respect you for that. Real talk. You a funny dude, bro.
Man, you go back last summer, he get his whole staff fired. And the whole, I guess, presser was the fact that him and Kleiman were lock in step choosing his staff. I do have a very it's a curiosity in me that I don't know how I'm gonna figure this out. But to me, did he go and grab everybody on that staff, or did Jenkins pick particular people and Kleiman pick particular people? You know, is what I'm saying? Making it like did they?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Like, say, okay, these are the guys that we all agree on, or okay, you go.
I pick my guys, you pick your guys, and then we'll bring it together. Yeah.
And the reason I asked that is because, like you said, we ended up seeing where not only was Jenkins let go, we lost 3 coaches on Friday. We lost Jenkins, obviously the head coach. We lost Noah LaRoche, and we lost Patrick St. Andrews. I don't know what he's been doing since he's been here anyway, but whatever. Like, they gave him the offense last year and then gave him the defense this year. I've never heard of dude, so it's like you just giving him jobs at this point. Like,
normally the offensive coordinator don't switch to defensive coordinator in one offseason. That's normally not how things work in like sports. But what do we? What do I know?
Specialty, bro. What you do? Like,
we know basketball.
Anthony Carter, we know Anthony Carter. He's gonna dap up the players, look cool.
Player development,
player development. We know that, bro. I don't know what dude did. It's just like they gave him a job.
Hey, offense.
Yeah,
you know
what you want?
Defense. Hey, you know you got defense this time.
You do shooting drills this week.
You do ball handling next week.
Right. Just change the main on his resume. It's gonna look all kind of crazy.
It's gonna look everything. Basketball.
What's weird to me, like, is we've gotten clarity recently, and shout out to Coach Vaughn. Like, he's probably known this a little bit more because he's like in that realm of game planning. But that whole like new offense thing, a lot of us, not everybody, a lot of us thought it was Iisalo. Like, that's what we were told.
Yeah.
Over the last few weeks, it's come out that no, that was all LaRoche. At least it's been clear. It's been clarified that was LaRoche's, right?
Yeah.
So my thing is this, and I'm trying not to get into it because I still got my icks about climbing. Kleiman, you brought LaRoche in, or was that Jenkins? Because clearly Jenkins chose LaRoche's offense over Isalo's. Yes, he may have put a few of those things in there from his, offense, from Isalo's offense. That clearly was LaRoche's situation, and you chose to go that route over your actual offensive guru that came over as your head assistant. That's a choice, but somebody made that choice, bro. So that's the only part to me that's kind of just weird about the whole deal. But the writing was on the wall, bro. Like Sane said, like, dude was obviously bucking the system with things that were going on throughout the whole year. Between Edey having a Rookie of the Year campaign was the clear favorite for probably more than half of the season, and then you start doing weird stuff with him. Gigi is tapped out at this point. That man looked like a hot mess last night on the bench against the Lakers. Just all of the other goofy stuff that's gone on over the years and like showed his head this year, bro. Like, it was not a surprise at all that this was coming. So the national media that's coming in and trying to figure out like it was, like he was skinning cats or like he was doing something crazy behind the scenes. Like, it's no scandal here, bro. Like, he's been doing goofy stuff and it was time for him to go. It's just, it so happened to happen right before the playoffs. So I don't know. Like, what's your thoughts of like the timing of it? And if it was you as Kleiman, would you have made that move? Like, would you have waited till after the season like everybody thought it was gonna happen? And that's another thing too. Everybody coming around now, y'all talking heads. I'm hearing y'all, bro. Oh, we all expected it to happen, just not this. No, y'all did not, bro. Y'all been giving excuses all season. I ain't gonna say no names.
Hindsight 2020, bro. Y'all can't claim to see what's happening after it already happened, bro.
Yeah, I listened to a podcast that dropped literally today. I ain't gonna say no names, but y'all capping on there, bro. I'm just gonna say that. They some major media members in the city, but y'all capping. Y'all wasn't expecting shit. But anyway, go ahead, Evan.
Number one, would I fire him? Yes, obviously. Lord was how to be person, not a bench assistant. If that's what you're saying, hey, your source is better than mine. So hey, if it is, then that adds more question of why his offense was implemented if he was anyway. But if I was Kleiman,
some of these up as you go.
Yeah, if I was Kleiman, would I have done it at this time? No. Am I mad that he did it? Not at all. I'm not mad that he did it at all. Like I've been saying, I feel like this is too far gone.
I'm done. Go ahead and talk.
You gonna make me laugh, bro. You gonna make okay, lock in. It's just the timing of it was so surprising to me because I would think, but this goes to your point. I would think you want some type of familiarity or normalcy for your team going into the playoffs. So you probably don't make that change at this time. But like you said, the fact is the players within themselves outside of probably maybe like Jaren, they didn't know what their role was going to be on any given night against any given matchup.
Right.
Ja, he don't know if he's going to be on the ball, off the ball. Dez going to know if he's going to be point guard or not, or going to be spot up shooting. Like, we didn't know. We didn't know if Luke was going to be the first man off the bench or not play at all. Like, we didn't know that type of stuff. So when you add context to the situation, like you said, it doesn't surprise me that much because Kleiman, of course, I'm not Zach Kleiman. I don't know what he was thinking, but in my head, he was thinking, because my dad brought this up to me, let's just see what we can do, salvage what we got now, and clearly cut the fat, as my dad would say, from what the problem is, and anyone that's in all the other coaches that's probably on his side or guys that he picks, and let's see what we can do with the guy that I probably want to make the head coach next year. And we'll get into that later. Because my dad was like, he brought up a good point. Don't give him an opportunity to win a playoff game. Because if he wins a playoff or wins a playoff series, say that, then the scrutiny is going to be a lot bigger. Like, oh, if he messes around and goes to West Conference Finals, then hey, you can't fire him. Well, you can fire him, but if you do fire him, it's going to look worse. Might as well cut the fat, see if you can salvage your season, and just go from there. Throw some ish at the wall and see if it sticks. That's what I feel like Kleiman was doing. Like, yeah, the timing is crazy. Yeah, it shocked a lot of people that's not from Memphis, but he knew that there was a big problem within this team. He knew his stars, and his star was not happy with how things were being ran. He was like, what better time than the present to get this done rather than just do it now? If I truly believe, which I feel like he truly believes in Iisalo, at least you want to see what Iisalo is made of. Like, hey, if you're this offensive guru that I truly think is the best fit for this team for the future, it may be a tough draw, but let's see what you can do in this position.
Right.
So I feel like it was out of necessity, out of getting rid of Jenkins, but also testing Iisalo. Like, yo, this is your job to lose, my guy. Like, this is your job to lose. Might as well do what you can with it and see if you can make chicken salad out of chicken S word.
And I don't even think that, bro. I'm gonna take it a step further. I'm gonna tell you why. People forget this because, again, it was so many people trying to downplay the situation in the moment when it happened. But I remember when it was summer league time, when he was out there with Jenkins sitting on the sideline, where I want to say it was Jason March coaching the team. It was reports that came out. Kleiman flew over there personally to talk to him. Like, I'm just gonna say this, and I've heard his name come up with other things potentially going into next season, things like that. Bro, Kleiman had his coaching pick. I don't think it's gonna. They may say they do their due diligence on a head coaching search. I would find it very weird if we do not see him as
the head coach next year.
I would. Yeah. And if they do a coaching search, it's gonna be a lot of non-names that you wouldn't even have thought of or heard of. You ain't gonna see like the people like I want to say He's not gonna even be involved, because if you bring him in and actually do that, you kind of got to make a decision at that point, bro. You don't fly over and take this man's family, uproot his whole family from a different country. You didn't get him from California.
From Paris, my guy. From France.
Yeah. You had to come across the water and you had to fly cars and shit over here. Well, maybe just bought a car. I don't know. But you get the point. Like, you don't do that without intentions of moving forward. And when you listen to this man talk, we'll talk about this in a little bit. It's a total 180, bro, from Jenkins. I think that the fix, if you want to call it a fix or the pick, I think that's already solidified. And everybody now is trying to say, well, he's just trying to give him 9 games. That's not even fair to nobody. That's not
of course not. No.
That's thinking. So I want to just kind of throw that out there because you made me think about that when you were saying it.
Yeah, like I feel like, and I agree with you. I don't think it's just a 9-game trial. Like, no, this is like he's getting game experience and an off season. It's like a preseason kind of for. I don't want to say preseason, but it's kind of like, I'm trying to think of the best words to say, like, because a preseason that comes to mind.
It's really just a ramp up for next year.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. It's literally a ramp up for next year. I feel like he has every intention, especially if Iisalo continues to have positive like reinforcements and ramifications of this change. He's going to be the head coach next year. He just wants to see what he can do in a playoff environment, because we know this team is going to be a playoff contender for years to come if we have the core the way we are. Like, we know that. It's just if we can finally break that glass ceiling that's been above us to finally be real contenders. Because Jenkins only took us so far, and clearly he overstayed his welcome. He really wants to see if Iisalo can be that. Is a lot of people making the parallel to Mark Jackson and Steve Kerr, and you can say what you want about that whole thing, but Steve Kerr took them boys to another level.
Right.
I don't think Steve Kerr is the best coach in the world, but he knew how to unlock Steph and Clay and Draymond the best way to be effective. It's the same exact thing Zach Kleiman, the same thing that Bob Myers did. Zach Kleiman should do the same exact thing. So, like, hey, you got the keys. It's your job to lose, my guy. So I'm for it, man. Like, honestly, I'm for it. Like, the timing is what it is, but something has to be changed, because going into playoffs, I was not confident at all with Jenkins as our coach going to playoffs. How we was looking, like, I wasn't confident whatsoever. Despite us losing last game, I am way more confident we can beat the Lakers in the 7-game series, because that's probably who we're going to be lined up against.
But it's the first time we felt something as a fan base in like 2 months, dog.
Real talk. Like, the pulse was there. And it's not just because the shock factor of us getting fired and just the new shiny toy, new coach, Iisalo. It's not that. It was the product on the floor. Like, we saw the guys, if y'all on Twitter, you saw the guys in pregame just warm, just smiling, and like the energy within the team was there. Of course, when when you're asking the press conference, they're going to give their politically correct answers and give the professional answers. Of course they are. They're not going to dog Jenkins or badmouth. They're never going to do that, because we have professionals on our team. Right. But you can see how the guys were reacting when they were on the floor. It was a complete 180. Ja seemed very engaged into what Iisalo was saying to him. It was a lot of times this year we saw Ja being visibly frustrated to what Jenkins was trying to talk to him about.
Man, wasn't talking about shit.
He was talking about nothing. It was times where we saw Ja, his body language, because on this show, I talked about it, how I hated Ja's body language throughout the season.
Yeah. We
didn't see that last night. Of course, it's only 1 game sample size, but a lot of those times when his body language was bad, because he was sitting in the corner for half the possessions in the game. When he was possession, he did not touch the basketball.
You want to know the one body language that really solidified it?
Who?
Zach MF
Edie. Oh, bro, I didn't see him screaming all season.
We ain't seen that since Purdue, bro.
You haven't seen that side of Edie, that animal, that beast we thought we saw when he was in Purdue. We have not seen that all year, bro. And it seemed like a weight was lifted off that 7'4" giant man's shoulders. Like he felt like he could just go. He played damn near his best game in damn near 2-3 months.
Facts.
From at least the first half of the season. Like just him being able to be a pick and roll master, put back, dominate like he was like it did. Like that's what coaching is. It's putting your players in the best position to be successful. Jenkins, he did that first with Edie. I don't know, but then he took it away from him for whatever reason. Iisalo knows that there aren't a lot of people on planet Earth that is built like Zach Edey. Yeah, he has his skill issues with bad. Literally. Like, yes, he has his issue. He may be slow and he may have bad hands. Cool. That's there. But his physical intangibles, you can't teach. You have to know how to maximize those things. So the fact that you're a 6'2" star point guard and your 7'4" behemoth center was actually working together on a common accord for once this whole season, it was music to my eyes. Like it was lovely to see.
Aesthetically pleasing.
Like we saw everyone in the starting lineup scoring double figures. I can't remember the last time that all 5 guys in the starting lineup scored in double figures. I really wish someone in the comments could look that up for me. I bet there's a hard stat to find.
And the big three out hitting 20 plus too.
Exactly. Like this is a stars league. This isn't like the NCAA tournament where you need to have like a deep roster to like win and have to have your guys like, yes, you need playoff, you need depth in the playoffs, but at the end of the day, the stars are going to be the stars. Your best players are going to be your best players. Like he said in the post-game presser, playing your best players more. I don't think that was a direct shot at Jenkins, but it was some like he been saying that the best players haven't been used in the best ways, and that's exactly what he did. Yeah. Yes, we still have. Yes, the defense was still suspect. Yes, I feel like he sat Ja a little bit too much in the fourth quarter. Yes, I feel like he could have used Edie more down the stretch. I said that yesterday, how I feel like he could have done better. But just from a first game sample size with his own rotations, I feel like he did a pretty damn good job.
Yeah.
And the team responded to him very well.
Yeah, we're gonna get on Iisalo in just a second. Final words on Jenkins, bro. I'm
gonna say my final words.
We're not gonna talk about him literally ever again. Like this is literally the last time we talk about, you know what? No, I'm gonna talk about him one more time when he get his next job.
Yeah,
and same shit we've been talking about for 6 years. It's rearing his ugly head over there, and I'm gonna be loving to hear the fan bases, whoever that is, they Twitter comments about him. But other than that, last words on Jenkins. What you got for me?
My parting words. Jenkins was a great development coach. He was a great I'm gonna go the politically correct way. I'm actually gonna give my parting words.
Go ahead,
Jenkins. I feel like Jenkins was a great coach of getting a young team to a certain point. He did a great job at that. But was he the coach to bring us to championship aspirations? No. I will commend him for bringing in this new Grizz next generation. I have to commend him on that. I have to commend him for coaching probably the greatest era, or hopefully the greatest era in Grizz basketball. He's starting that era off. I have to commend him on that. So I'm not going to just say he was a terrible coach. Is he my favorite coach? No. Is he the best coach that Grizz has ever had? Not even close. But I can look back on at least most of his tenure with a somewhat positive framework because of the groundwork that he laid. I just feel like he stayed too long. If he left after the 21-22 season, I feel like that would have been perfect. If we would have found our replacement after the year where we lost to the Warriors in the second round, I feel like that would have been perfect because I feel like that is the analogy is we got all the juice out of the orange. I feel like that's just my opinion. I feel like
you don't get the late series.
No, because I feel like he got outright outcoached that series. Like, because I feel like that one
Warriors one.
I feel like he got outcoached both of them, but I feel like the Lakers series with the whole DB and all, like he didn't. I feel like we lost this series outside Ja being hurt. I feel like he didn't.
He had Ja.
Yeah,
that's I'm saying. On that one.
I'm just saying, even within that, not even just he got outcoached. LeBron just he controlled that series, and he didn't know how to operate and match the personalities as good as he should during that series. Like, it was a whole lot of this and not a lot of execution on the court. I feel like that falls on coaching. I wouldn't want to. The reason I said the Warriors series, because I feel like that's when, like, yes, he got out coached, but it didn't look as bad. Because I feel like we had some injuries. The Warriors had all the experience. Like, I feel like that was the peak of Jenkins, just him coaching wise. I feel like the Lakers, it was down here for me personally, because we just got like manipulated, just picked apart that series even with Ja being out the lineup. Like, I still feel like he could have coached us better during that series when we had Ja. So that's what I personally say. He just overstayed his welcome. Was he a terrible coach? No, but I feel like we got the juice out of the orange 3 seasons ago, and we kept trying to strain it out, and now we're in a position where we are now. So if I had to rank my last thing, if I had to rank him for like my coaches as a Grizzly, I'll probably put him just in my lifetime, probably 4. It would probably be him and like Jaeger. It's probably like they're battling for 3. Damn. So I can't put him above Lionel and Fizz. Like, I put him like 3 or 4. That's just my personal, like, my favorite, and like who I hold in my heart. I'll probably put him like 4, probably.
Yeah. You already know what it is for me. Like I said, I was done after the Lakers series. I had my doubts about him with Dylan Brooks.
That's on him. That's on him,
but
in my
Lakers
opinion, bro.
series, it was 100% on him. If you reined in like Dylan Brooks before that Lakers series, I think we get out of that round. And I think, you don't even have this issue with us trying to still solidify who our small forward of the future is. Like, I love Gigi, but with everything going on right now, hey, climate may get sick of the shit. I don't know. So, that's where I kind of was like, I'm completely done. People want to talk about they scapegoat, go to Dylan. Obviously, that's not what happened. If you want to write that narrative, you can. But yeah, I think if you're gonna get rid of Dylan, I would have rather got rid of Jenkins first, then him. But you probably should have sent both of them out the door packing in. In regards to him, bro, like you said, great setting the tone, setting the foundation guy for a bunch of young guys that come in and kind of just, I don't want to say teach themselves, but he just let them be them. I really had,
for sure.
I had reservations about the whole let it fly mentality that he brought in, because yes, we were a historically bad 3-point shooting team, and I get you want to empower your guys to be more of a 3-point shooting team, but it also was kind of like, to me, it had no structure. Like, you just letting these dudes go out there and do whatever on the offensive end. And so it had its peaks and valleys, it had its pros and its cons. But throughout his tenure, bro, like I said, it's stuff that we've been seeing rear its ugly head every single year, to the point to where I don't understand the people that try to say, well, we don't know if he's going to be a championship level coach. No, you can tell in habits that that's not what his ceiling was. And so, like, I get people saying, well, he's a good coach. And shout out to Sane, like, I see him ask people all the time, you can say he's a good coach, but what is he good at?
Yeah.
You can't tell me what he's good at. Don't give me numbers where his team is this. No. What is he good at? Because his defense is good, because he had a defensive player of the year candidate on his team every year, and also had somebody that was first team. Or was Dylan first team or second team defense? He was second team. Should have been probably first team defense. I mean, that year that he got the nod, dude was locking up damn near everybody on the perimeter and was even playing post players. So, like, your defense was good because of your personnel. This year, you don't have that personnel, and you can't hide behind it, because the scheme has been the same the whole time. The scheme has been the same. So tell me, what else is he good? Well, he's good at developing. No, he's good at letting guys be themselves. It's not one skill that he's developed. Want to know how I know that? Because when you say, well, he sent him to the G League, not G League, when he sent Desmond Bain to the Summer League to work on ball, how is that working out for us to this day? He is still dribbling the ball off his legs. And you saw last night, he got back to the Desmond Bain that we fell in love with, which was, what did I say a couple of weeks ago? Bro, shoot more threes, bro. When Dylan Brooks, when Desmond Bain is shooting, go to hell, FU 3-pointers, that's when the Grizzlies are gonna be their best self. Obviously, Ja got to be his best self, and Jaren too. But Dez is his best self when he's telling you to go to hell when he's shooting threes, bro. That's period one point. And we saw that last night. Him getting back into the mid range. Jaren's, go ahead.
He shot 8 threes last night, by the way.
How many did I say he needed? Come on now.
I'm just saying, bro. He shot 8. He made 5 for 8 last night.
That's what I'm saying, bro. So with Jaren, we talked about this. He hasn't he's let Jaren do his thing. Jaren's ascension has come from him and Chris Johnson.
Mm-hmm. And Anthony Carter. Yeah.
I've been knocking Chris Johnson for the last couple years. So I'm like, bro, he ain't using that shit in the game. And then he come this year and he actually is using that stuff in the game. Yeah. Shout out to him. He gave him all the credit. He was on the podcast with D Wade a few months ago. Stop it. Like, he's letting this DEI system that we've had this year, where it was equal opportunity for everybody. People have been thriving in it, but these guys, Jake LaRavia, he ain't had a good game damn near outside of the one game that he played against us since he been with the Kings. You had people talking about he was gonna start for them next year after just one game, bro. It was crazy to see. But yeah, like, you can't keep saying like, well, he's a good coach. Like, I get it. He's not a bad coach. He's not a terrible coach. But if I got a guy that's a top 5, top 10 talent on my team, generational talent and Ja Morant, and I got the silhouettes and the talent that I can basically nurture with a Jaren, with a Bane, with a Edie, with a Gigi, with a Jalen Wells, he ain't the guy for that.
Nah.
And so it's one of them things that where, like, yeah, you can keep saying that, bro, but like, that's not how we judge things. It shouldn't be how you judge things, like, at all. So I'm glad that we finally moved on. Like you said, the overstayed is welcome. You got your 6 years. I did listen to I heard Chris Harrington, he was talking about, and that's a good point. Like, if you were to make a all-time Grizzlies team, who would be the coach of that team, as we know right now? Just because he's won the most games in Grizz history, to me, that doesn't make him the best coach. He had the best talent. You should have did that. You give Lionel Hollins, Ja Morant, you give Hubie Brown, Ja Morant. But for me, it's between them two, for sure, on who's gonna coach that team. It ain't him just because he racked up a lot of wins. So, hey man, shout out to you. Appreciate your service. Good luck on your next stop. But it was time for you to go, bro. And so I want to go ahead and talk about Iisalo, bro. We ain't gonna even take no break. We just gonna chop it up today. I do want to start on this real quick. If I can get my stuff together. Here we go. Bro, have you watched I posted an interview that he did it was released about 3 months ago, but it looks like it was probably filmed last summer or something like that. Did you get to watch the interview yet?
No, I haven't. I saw you posted it. I saw you post, but I didn't get to watch it. Bro,
watch that interview, bro. Like, for those of y'all that have not, he did it was a podcast he did called X's and O's. It was some guy that's definitely from overseas, but they were talking about basketball. He was talking about his history, his story, and then his philosophies when it comes to basketball. Bro, when I tell you, I kid you not, damn near everything this man was saying from a basketball philosophical standpoint, it was literally the opposite of Coach Jenkins, bro. Like, damn near everything he said. When he talked about rebounding, he want everybody to crash the glass. When he was talking about the pick and rolls, the defense, when he was talking about holding accountable your star players, when he was it was so much shit in that interview, bro, that I was sitting there like, we've been conditioned to accept the goofy shit for so long with Jenkins, to the point to where when I hear somebody just talk normal basketball talk, I'm been to jump off a damn because I'm like, oh my God, like, this is what we've been asking for. So man, what Sang said, like, his story, like, bro, this man literally, he stopped playing to coach.
Yeah,
like, he was playing. I did hear that. He was like, I mean, I did everything that I wanted to do, that I needed to do. It was time for me to just go ahead and do something different, and I could be the most successful that I feel that I could be by coaching. Man, you go into last night, it was such a breath of fresh air to hear him in his post-game presser went, for the first time in 6 years, it wasn't just a bunch of word salad shit. Like, everything that he was saying, and I ain't gonna lie, the accent make a lot of that shit sound probably colder than what it is.
Yeah, it probably do. He got a little his American accent is a lot better than I thought it was. Like you can understand him clearly, but it's still a different when you have someone not from America. Yeah, I see what you're saying though. Yeah,
but what he was saying, bro, it was just so.
It made sense.
I'm like, the way that he thinks is the way that a basketball coach is supposed to think, bro.
That's played the game of basketball, might I add. That has a feel for the game of basketball, not someone that is hung up on analytics where it's math, where this equation plus this player goes in equals success.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, I'm looking at it. Oh, okay. They're going small. Let's try to go small to counteract that, or he's still nerd, but I like his philosophy. It's nerdy. I'm not disagreeing. It's nerdy, but it's nerdy with feel. You can have this. I'm gonna do this in a quick nudge. I hope people can, because it may be totally after. So please tell me if I'm losing people. Mm-hmm. And it's a difference between being a geek and a nerd. I class myself as a geek. I like nerdy things, but I'm still in touch with like social norms and can still like rock with like so-called non-nerdy people. You feel me? Like I can talk all day with you about Marvel.
I look at it opposite, but I see what you're saying.
Okay,
I feel like geeks do wear the glasses and the suspenders and shit.
Okay, that's just definition. But
that's what I think when I think geek. But I see what you say, because I'm a nerd when it comes to certain stuff. So I feel
like I can talk you all day about Marvel and anime, but I'm not gonna be Naruto running down the hallway because this mathematically gets me to point A to point B faster.
Yeah, that's just weird. That's just
weird. I'm not gonna do that. In my opinion, a nerd is someone that is so in tune with it, they don't know nothing outside of their realm, and they try to apply that to their everyday life. Yeah. Jenkins used to apply the analytics and the math to everyday gameplay, and that is just not how the game of basketball works sometimes. You can see you have a 7'4" behemoth on your team that physically is imposing on almost any other player in the NBA, but instead of maximizing him, you sit him on the bench and don't use him where he's best as a lob threat or just him cutting to the basket and getting easy dunks. You don't do that. Iisalo sees that. He maximized that because he sees analytics, and maybe he may not be the best on defensive pick and rolls, and his usage rate may be all that. But he also sees that he's a 7'4" behemoth that weighs 250 plus pounds. That is very good at blocking shots in creating space. Because he even talked about that. I rewatched his post game presser at least twice because just the stuff he was saying, like he was like the little stuff that Edie does, just creating space and just getting positioning. The great things that he does that doesn't show up in the box score or analytics, that's feel. You didn't hear Jenkins.
And it's basketball. I'm about to say. I ain't heard Jenkins say this the whole year.
we on the same page. He
ain't made a compliment the whole year.
Like the only thing that he'll say about Zach is his energy. He's like, his energy was there. He's been consistent to work out. He's been busting this. Like, yes, that's jargon. Like that's just basketball coach, politically correct jargon that I got frankly tired of hearing about. Like it's just simple stuff that Iisalo, you heard him say, and the stuff that he put on the floor that shows he has feel for the game. I'm only gonna say it's coincidence because we just played the Lakers, but JJ Redick is such a good damn coach because no one, he's a maniac in the mind. Like he's smart, but he also played the game, so he understands the valleys and the mountains of the game of how the flow of the game works. That's why he can make adjustments so easily because he was just playing 3-4 years ago.
Right.
It's a difference, bro. Like that's why I have so much. Of course, it's only one game sample size. I get that. And 2 months time, we may be saying something completely different. But I damn don't think that's gonna be the case. Because Iisalo, his track record, even when he did overseas, he plays off of field and analytics because he combines them. He doesn't just depend on one and have everybody shooting 5 threes a game because the analytics say more threes greater than 2, and the more threes you hit in this amount. Like, bro, forget all that, bro.
You ain't even watched the interview, and he literally said this verbatim. He said the answer is not to shoot a bunch of threes. The answer is not to get as many corner threes as you can get. He said basketball is simple, but it's way more to it than that. So it's crazy that you saying this. You ain't even seen the interview yet. Like, but it's basketball, bro. This shit is not hard at all. And that's why I say we shouldn't be this amped up and hyped about it. But we've been the other way for so long. It's like, man, just give my guy somebody that understands basketball. He literally said in there, like you was just saying, like he doesn't surround or base his game off the analytics. He uses the analytics to solidify his game plan. And like, it's like, this is, man, I'm sorry, bro. I'm not trying to be no like Iisalo whisperer or nothing like that, because he could go out there and literally stink up a joint. He very well could.
Yeah, very well could.
I place my bets on it based off his mentality, his philosophy, the way that he thinks about the game. Like Sane said, this man said, when it come to my life, he said, I run the pick and roll and my wife handle everything else. Like, that's what I worry about. It's the pick and roll. I worry about the game. He also said it was pretty dope to me. The man said his favorite show was The Wire, and he tries to relate everything in around The Wire to basketball. Matter of fact, I relate everything with basketball to my life. I said, oh yeah, he my saying hit me with everything that's coming to my mind. He's literally a hoops junkie, bro. Like, to the point to where that's all he think about. And to go back to not too much with Jenkins, but when you get all this word salad, it's almost like he was trying to convince himself and us that he knew what he was talking about. He knew what he was doing.
For sure.
And he still gets up there on these when he's having these conversations. It's like this calmness. Like, I done thought about this. I've sat with
he's
this.
Sure of himself. He's sure
and
of
I'm
himself.
sure of what I'm speaking about.
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe it's not Sam Cassell. Maybe it's not this loudmouth coach, this rah-rah coach that maybe I felt like these guys need. But bro, maybe the calmness of him, the assertiveness, because I heard Ja last night say that he can get rowdy too, apparently. And he got a rowdy already with them. Maybe that's what them dudes need, bro. Maybe that's what they need. I don't know. It remains to be seen, but I'm excited for like just getting them somebody that, you know, like we've been talking about. You cannot judge these last 9 games. You cannot judge this postseason whether he's a success or failure yet, because he ain't even had a chance to put his system in.
His whole system, yeah.
He said, I'm concerned about how they play defense going forward. What people don't realize is that he is just as much of a defensive sicko as he is on offense. Like, he believes that his defense actually does like thrive or like pushes his offense. And so I think, you know, he talked about it last night with the whole overhelping and underhelping. Even him breaking that thing down was super simple but dope at the same time, because he was like, it come down to communication and trust. Like, you either don't trust your man, your teammate, or you do trust them too much. And so that's what's causing all these issues at the 3-point line. But we're going to fix that because it's the simple things. And guess what happened? We talk about, the players love Jenkins. They repeat everything he say. While he's in one room saying that shit, Ja and them was in there saying the same thing about understanding the simple things. And when I heard that, I said, okay, let's roll, bro. Let's roll.
We got some.
Yeah.
We got some. And just to put a bow on everything, like, I just feel like sometimes, as you said, you don't need the in-your-face loudmouth. Like, that's why one of my favorite coaches is Eric Spoelstra. He's one of my favorite coaches of all time, because you didn't hear LeBron, D-Wade, Jimmy. You didn't hear them saying Eric Spoelstra was cursing them out every single day in practice, but he knew what to say to guys in certain type of ways. I feel like those are the best coaches, that they know exactly what their players need to be successful. Like, not just on the floor, but just what you can say to them. You can't tell me there's nothing that he put in the system that different to make Edie react the way he has to. He had to say something to him, bro. Like, he had to speak to him. Like, there's nothing in because we played on Saturday and we fired on Friday. There's nothing in the probably 36 hours between the firing and tip-off that he implemented that different to make Edie react like that. It couldn't have. That's just not how basketball works, especially at the NBA level. There's nothing he could have put in the system that said, Edie, we finna feature you the whole. Like, no, there's nothing he could have done.
Nope.
He had to communicate with Edie and say, I believe in you. This I'm gonna use you, and you're gonna be great in it. That's all some guys need.
That's a fact.
That's all certain guys need. Not pumping this. The analytics say that if you shoot 3 shots every 2 minutes, this will happen. Like, no.
I'd be surprised if he shoot another 3 the rest of the year.
If he do it, maybe at the end of the game, we up by like 20 or something. Like, just for the heck of it. Just for the heck of it. You feel me? Like, some guys just need to, because they're basketball players. Some guys aren't driven just off of numbers and analytics. Some guys are, but most guys aren't because they just been playing basketball their whole life. These are the same. Y'all understand? These are the same guys that grew up. Most of these guys grew up playing AAU on the AAU circuit and playing 3, 4, 5 games a day.
Right.
And in high school, they playing on multiple teams. You really think they high school coach and the AAU coach trying to drive them like, yo, we need to get 5 threes up every 2 minutes? Like, no, they were saying, yo, we finna put this system in place. We're gonna go play hard, run this stuff on defense, and keep it moving. Even in college, all these guys were in college for 1, 2, 3 years. You really think, especially like Ja, Dez, Edie, all these other guys that play in college, you really think their coaches was just pushing these numbers in their face about what they had to do in a certain amount of increment, how many threes they had to get up? No, because they understood these are the best players on my team. Let's figure out what I need to do to say to them and put them in best position to be successful. And guys respect you more from that. Even as an athlete myself, like, I'm not saying I'm on an NBA level, nothing like that, but I enjoy when my coaches connect with me just on talking to me level. Don't talk to me like you trying to write up an equation. Just talk to me like I'm a person and an athlete. Right. And then you can connect with me better. That's why I have high expectations for Iisalo. Because it seems like he understands guys outside of just the numbers that they're going to be putting up in a box score. It is what they can do outside the box score and that can align with their strengths. That's why I'm so excited. Because I truly think he's the best combination of field and analytics that can really maximize the talent that we have. Do we still have problems in this team? Yes. We still have roster construction to problems.
That's a fact.
We're not saying Iisalo is going to solve all our problems.
Right.
Excuse me. There's still some things that ZK and him hopefully have a collaborative effort to see what guys need to be put in this team to make this team achieve the ultimate goal of winning a championship. But getting the right guy in the seat is the first step in that.
Yep.
Having the right guy be the pilot of that plane is I guess ZK is the pilot, and I guess like he's like the co-pilot. But you get what I'm saying? Like having a guy like in the right seat to y'all can collaborate with each other to make those decisions. Like that's the best way to do it. Because there was reports going out that ZK and TJ was always bumping heads, and he wants to blame him. He wants to blame him. Like if they're guys on the same accord and they both have the same no nonsense mentality, because it seemed like ZK was sick of the stuff. Because when he talked, he was like, "Yep, it was my decision." Yeah, like he seemed sick of it from the jump. Like he looked hot. Yeah, like he was very hostile. Like not hostile, but he was, sassy. Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but like
that's why he walked off like that. He cut them off. Somebody probably had a question ready for him with their phone. Like, all right, thank y'all. I'm like, God damn, 2 minutes. That's it.
Because he was ready. He was ready to get this monkey off his back himself. Shoot.
But I say this though, bro. In regards to that, Climbing, you ain't out of the woods either, bro.
Oh no.
I like if you want to talk about it was no accountability. Shout out to the Michael for putting that quote out there. Like I don't ride with Jenkins on Harley. Half the shit that he talk about what he do. But come on, bro. Like you did give me 2 rookies basically to start. Like you could have did something at the deadline. We've been talking. Well, me. Like, I've been saying you should have been traded to BC anyway. BC or Santi. You should have got off of Luke. You should have got off these dudes because guess what's going to happen now? In the summer, it's going to be hella hard to really improve this roster because for one, you don't have contracts. You finna lose Luke for nothing. And BC's hurt. Nobody's taking him, and he got 2 years left on his deal. So, like,
and we could have had DFS, but you fumbled that bag, and you see he just torched us last night for all the threes he hit. So that's another in your face example of you fumbling the bag when it comes to not pulling the trigger on these proper trades. But continue.
Right. Yeah, that's the only thing. But Climbing, you not out the woods, bro. Like that's one thing me and Sane go back and forth on a lot with Climbing is like, will he be around for long? And I think the same way that people hot at Nico Harrison, we all know when you take a step back and realize that wasn't him made the move. Like he signed off on it, or he like called what's his name, Pelinka, to get it done. But he wasn't the one that pushed that deal, bro. That came from up high. And so, like, if people are gonna be mad and feel like his job is gonna be in jeopardy, especially when it's something that he didn't even do, Climbing, you've been making some goofy moves throughout your tenure here, bro. Like you're not perfect. Like your drafting in the second round, great. Like you did that. But like when they're talking about a team that literally they've been competing for the last couple years, bro. It's not their fault that they started early, but they got their battle scars. That part started early. So they're gonna probably be ready to compete earlier than most people. So, like, with these dudes' contracts coming up and you got all these small deals, I've been saying since the summer that this was the year to make the deal, and you didn't do anything but get off of dude. You got off Marcus Smart, gave up a pick to do it, and it's like now you hedging your bet basically on them 3 young dudes.
Yeah.
Bills, Gigi, hopefully, if you don't give up on him for his, mental lapses right now, and Edie. But you still got to get you 2. I'm sorry, bro. You got to get you 2 solid guys in between those two timelines. Like, that's just my belief. So, Climate, bro, you're going to have to – Iisalo ain't just the end-all, be-all. It's great, but you're going to have to get him what he needs to really run his system the way he wants to. So, that's really all I got on it, man. You got anything else you want to touch on between Iisalo, Jenkins, Kleiman, any of this?
Nah, man. I'm excited, and like you said, like ZK needs to put Iisalo in the best position to be successful. But that's why, like I said before, I feel like hopefully they have a better relationship than what him and TJ had. Hopefully, I feel like because I see every.
It's hour late. They used to be good.
Yeah, I can say that. Yes, that's what I'm saying. I feel like as you said, after the Lakers series, I feel like that's when the decline started happening because he was like, okay, this man may not be the best man for the job. Right. But hopefully Iisalo and ZK can get on the same boat so they can both collaboratively pick their guys together when it comes to coaching staff, players, draft picks, and all that. Like, right. Hopefully they're in tandem making these decisions because it never works out when the GM and the head coach are on the same page. If they're not, then that could be a very, very, very bad road for your franchise. So I just hope they are on the same page. I truly believe that Iisalo, because we may be being premature because he hasn't been named the full head coach, but we both presume he will be named the full head coach going into next season, no matter what we do in the playoffs. Right. I just want to see better fight from this team. I want to see a better connectivity. And we saw it with one game. We play tomorrow. We have the Celtics coming up next. I expect us to play a very good game against the Celtics. I really do. I think our three-point defense will improve because they probably didn't practice today, but I bet they had a really good film session today where they broke down some of the stuff. And I feel like the players are going to buy in because I feel like they know that, hey, we lost some time this season with some of the games we've lost. Like, they know they should be in a way better position than they are. They know that. I think DeMarcus said they had he said him, Dez, Tripp, and Ja had like a meeting with everybody. I feel like in that meeting they was like, all right, everybody get their feelings out, but we still got some business to handle. And I feel like they're gonna buy in with Iisalo because that's all they got right now. And I genuinely feel like they're gonna buy in, and I feel like we're gonna see a different team this twilight of the season than we saw early in the year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm praying, saying, I mean, that because the thing about it, the talent there, bro. Like Wells, that talent is there. We know that, and he know ball. We know that as well. As far as Iisalo, I think he's gonna have to unless Kleiman decide to pull a trigger on Gigi. But again, you got to attach him with somebody.
Yeah, you got to.
His contract ain't enough, but. Yeah, bro. I think he's gonna be able to get to them dudes in a way, especially this summer. I think Wells more than anybody's gonna come out next year looking crazy because that dude, like, he get banged up every single game, and his mentality does not
change, bro.
I used to worry about that, like, damn, bro, he not fiery, but he ain't really showing no emotion out there. And I'm like, damn, that might be dude's superpower, like.
He stay here. He real even kill, bro. Like, no matter what happens, Jalen gonna be Jalen. And I feel like with a guy like Iisalo, where he likes that gritty, no nonsense mentality, I feel like he would be, like you said, he may take a leap next year. For real.
Yep. He said, we got that tripping day. He said, hated thinking this is the season, but I feel like the rotation started being showcased. Player trade value. Oh, the showcase player trade value. Yeah. I'm with you. It's just, I don't know, bro. It's one of them things like I said, we still at the end of the season. no matter what, Jenkins still was showcasing Jitty. I just can't.
he was trying to show. He was showcasing Laravia and GD so much first half of the season, bro.
I just don't.
Oh my gosh, bro!
It
was a lot. It was a lot. I do feel like we played ourselves into a corner, like you said, like with what we can get with the value that we've from what the players we have. Because you have your untouchable, you have your like top 7, top 8 guys that are probably untouchable. But when it comes to Santi, Luke finna walk, BC is hurt. I don't know. He gonna have to. Yeah, like it's gonna be hard to first the value they're showing and the contracts to really move some things because you got to get something back and give up something to really improve this roster. So it's gonna be hard to really see because the only really trade piece we legit have right now is Santi, and I don't know what his value is right now in the market. It's just we have to wait and see. It depends on what he does in the playoffs. Obviously,
trade him, dog. That's literally your best bet to get better over the summer.
Yeah.
Signing trades, I don't even know if you can attach somebody. I was gonna say maybe you can attach a Vince Williams.
I don't think so. Yeah, maybe Vince, but I feel like they want to get because I feel like they may give Vince more leeway because he was hurt this year and he hasn't been fully healthy. Same thing with Gigi. Like I literally the only guy, and this is an episode for another day. The only guy I really see us being on a trade block, unless something just really unforeseen happens, is Santi. That it really has some type of value in the market because he's 6'11", 7 foot. They can shoot the ball. Like he can play on another NBA roster. I just don't know from what he does in the playoffs, depending on what we see as a defensive liability. Man, I don't know how that looks.
All right, we'll talk about that another day. Get that man out my team, bro. I'm sick of dude.
We getting all the goofy people off the team, bro.
Yeah.
Maybe Scotty, because Scotty got some value. Maybe Scotty. Yeah.
You gonna have me on here?
Maybe.
Well, I done turned on Scotty. Scotty, I mean, he playing hard. I can't even really get on bro no more. If you go out there and steal the ball, if you gonna go put up 3 shots after you done stole it, go ahead.
He's still not passing that bud though. He's still not. If he make a good play, Scotty, you know what he said? I'm gonna get mine. I'm gonna get mine.
He taking it.
He taking it. He's like, yo, I got me a steal. For the next 3 possessions, don't ask for it because I'm not passing it.
My way. I'm not passing it. No, bro. No.
I'm still trying to pay for my next contract, bro. I'm not passing this ball, bro. I may split between 3 guys in the process, but I'm not passing this ball. He threw that move. He threw between them, catch it. Like he said, I don't care. I'm getting to this cup, bro. Regardless.
Go ahead, Scotty, bro. I ain't mad. Somebody going to have to play hard, and he been doing it the last couple months. So I can't be mad at the dude playing hard, bro. I can't.
Facts. Shout out Scotty, bro.
But that's all we got for y'all today, man. I'm sure it's something that I wanted to say that I didn't say, but it's okay. It's gone, bro. It's a new era. Shout out to Coach Iisalo. Shout out to Ja. Shout out to Jaren. Shout out to Bang for finally getting back together, at least if only for one game, and looking like a big 3 that we've been trying to see all season for the last couple of months. They looked like they were definitely back in unison for a little bit. So just looking forward to this game tonight. If you're watching on YouTube on Monday against the Celtics, I think like you said, they're gonna come out hard and play them guys well. It's no excuses now.
Yeah, it's on us. It's on them. It's on them to play well now and take care of business. They know they have an uphill battle the rest of the season to go. We know who we probably gonna play in the playoffs, so it's put up a shut up time. Let's see what these boys really made of.
Yep. Well, we appreciate y'all, man, tapping in with us for sure. We'll be back next week to chop up, see where we're gonna end up with the playoffs. We should. I hope it don't come down to the wire, but it should be pretty much set. I would say by the next time we talk of what we gonna where they're gonna be having a trip to go out that first round of playoff. Let me see. Say said Josh Jaren Bang been looking like the kids of a daddy with a bunch of kids by different women. Damn.
The stuff I would love one day to go in the mind of Anthony saying, because the stuff he be coming up with, he a different type of dude, bro. Like
crazy, bro.
Saying it ain't right. Like I love you saying you my dog, but some ain't right with you up here, bro. Like you are my mentor. I rock with you heavy.
A bunch of step brothers over there, man.
Yeah, gotta
your
be.
Your dad crazy, man. Your dad crazy.
Your dad crazy too. Your daddy don't like my mama. Your daddy left my mama here.
Yeah.
All
man,
bad
we're
as
gonna get up out
hell.
of here, bro. Because I got a storm coming. You know me. When a storm comes, my system will shut down. So I'm gonna get up out of here before I get locked out. This show be going on for another 2-3 hours.
we never in the live stream.
Never in the live. It's just gone.
It's just gone. They see me get in the bed, like I just start doing my work. You gonna see me with my laptop.
Career, man.
All that type of stuff, bro.
Oh man, we gotta end it like this, man. We'll see y'all next week. Over turn a new leaf. I'm ready for it, man. We'll catch y'all next week. Y'all be good, as we always say. Go Grizz.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the No Bluffing Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. For comprehensive coverage of all things Memphis sports, head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co and find out how you can become an insider. We will see you back here next week.